Now, halfway through the week already, and if you're thinking about a drink this evening and rum's on the agenda, you're not alone. Almost 35 million bottles were sold here last year, more than £1 billion worth. Well, the London-based rum company, the Duppy Share, is the first to launch in the city in over 100 years. Later, I spoke to its founder, George Frost, and began by asking him about the challenges in importing from the Caribbean.
We've seen revolutions, I suppose, in each of the other categories. So in tequila it was with Patron, in vodka it was Grey Goose. And I feel that the rum category from the Caribbean, it needs to be fun, it needs to be young, it needs to be full of energy. And it really needed that revolution in the same way because people love the Caribbean, they understand the Caribbean, they get the Caribbean, but there wasn't necessarily a rum that people could personify with or people could grab and enjoy. So that's why we launched the Duppy Share, I suppose.
Now, as you say, the category is expanding very rapidly. I mean, a decade or so ago, there were only about 50 brands on the market in the UK. Now they're getting something like 200. Is the market getting overcrowded?
I think it's great. I think, you know, more brands, more consumer choice, and you're right, it's gone from 50 to 150. And we're seeing, you know, the more the merrier in the rum market. And that's something that is very rum. You know, it's a category that is growing. There's space for lots of new, exciting brands. And, you know, I think something like 28% of the brands now are premium, or super premium as it's called in the industry. And that really has followed in the footsteps of that gin revolution.
And how do you feel about competing with the likes of Diageo, Pernod Ricard, some of these very, very big multi-billion players that have huge marketing budgets compared with you?
Bring it on. I think, you know, we feel that with in the marketplace as it is, there's scope for a small moving, fast, quick decision making body, which we at the Duppy Share are. You know, we're a small team, but we think we're mighty. And you know, we've got 20,000 followers on Instagram. We're in 4,500 outlets. We're going to hit 140,000 bottles of sales this year. So I think the second that we stop doing that, we stop acting fast, acting quick and courageously, that's when we'll start to sort of fall foul to perhaps some of the other big competitors in the market.
And what made you hit on blending Barbadian and Jamaican rum?
So it was a painstaking process of basically tasting every rum on the market, and we wanted to develop a rum that was both accessible, but it was also punchy and could stand up in cocktails. So essentially, Barbados rum, our rum comes from the Foursquare Distillery. Shout out to Richard Seal, who's a complete legend. And the 3-year-old rum is from Worthy Park Distillery in Jamaica. And together, that blend means it's great on its own, but it's also great in cocktails and can stand up the likes of lime, you know, the rum flavours, lime, ginger, and those flavours.
Tasting every rum on the market. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it, I guess.